What's going on, guys? Beasts and Dragons here, and welcome to episode 5 of the Vettel Alonso career mode.
Oh,
and once
come
again,
on!
It's raining in Monza.
You've got to be kidding. I'm 9th on the grid, but not just that. I'm behind Raikkonen. Raikkonen, 5 red lights in the Maranello, and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix.
And Hamilton gets a very good start from pole position. Valtteri Bottas with a brilliant start from the second flying fin. He's already passed Nico Rosberg. Lewis Hamilton leads going into the chicane. We've got a pretty good start as well. Into the chicane we go, and we've actually already gone up the circuit. Now we're going to have to do what Rosberg did in 2014. And that is just do this weird thing where you avoid everything else but the red part off the circuit. And now we're down in 11th place.
God. Well, meanwhile, I've had a decent start. I'm up to P6, and I went alongside Kevin Magnussen, side by side with the McLaren. He's not really leaving me the room, and he's braked very early. I've even hit my teammate. And Kimmy, if we're going to try and get a podium at least in front of this home crowd, we need to at least go a bit faster.
I think you're absolutely right, because Bottas and the Mercedes cars are already streaking ahead, and we're trying to squabble with our teammate for 8th place, for crying out loud.
Meanwhile, thankfully for me, I'm back to normality after that horrible start at the USGP. The start couldn't have been any worse for me. We're coming towards the end of lap 1, and just remember, Beasts, it was me who won the 2013 Italian Grand Prix and Massa in 2nd.
Yeah, it was a 1-2. You led a 1-2 finish for the Scuderia Ferrari team. And speaking of Ferrari, it looks like we're going to have a Ferrari battle here for 4th place. Dragons goes down inside of Raikkonen into the chicane, and he's up in a 4th place. He's into the top 4 now. So a good start from you, Dragons, from 9th on the grid. Meanwhile, we're trying to pass Kevin Magnussen.
I think Hamilton is leading the Grand Prix ahead of Bottas, ahead of Rosberg. It's a very close fight between the 3 Mercedes engine cars. And then there's just Ferrari down in 4th and 5th. 3 seconds behind everyone.
Well, that is utterly disastrous. And now we're going to go down the inside of Magnussen. It's a disgusting dive bomb. But we've made it stick, and we are up into 7th place.
These cars were already hard enough to drive in the dry, but now we have to challenge them. We have to drag them around Monza in the wet. Horrible position.
Struggling in 6th place behind the 2 Ferraris of Kimi Raikkonen and yourself.
And the funniest thing is Hamilton. Oh my God! No, Beast, don't. Get in! Fastest lap! The crowd go wild here in Italy. It's an absolute wonderful moment for the Ferrari team. Fastest lap for Fernando Alonso. But anyway, as I was saying, Lewis Hamilton somehow still hasn't won a Grand Prix this season.
Somehow not winning is Lewis Hamilton.
Both of us have won a race before him.
Innit? I mean, we have won races before Lewis Hamilton, which is utterly insane. And now we are catching up to your teammate. Again, you've gone fastest in the first sector. Raikkonen parks it in the middle of the track. What are you doing?
Just don't take him out at least. He's my teammate. I need him in this race.
Well, I didn't take him out, thankfully, but he literally just parked it in the middle of the circuit.
It's not very good defending from the Iceman. He's not under big pressure from Felipe Massa. Meanwhile, we've both gone purple in the first sector. For God's sake, I'm too busy looking at the fastest lap warning. And I've got unmessed up. I'm not even going to bother doing what you did. We're just going to drive on. No warning as well. Thank God for that.
Well, you can't deny, Dragons, that was a huge mistake on your part. There's still something on the track there. We're on lap 6, so it is pit stop time. And look how much time you lost. I was 2.4 seconds behind you at the start of lap 6. Now it's 1.6. It is pit stop time. We're making our one and only pit stop. And as you can tell by the state of the tyres, even in the 25% race, the tyre weight is not great around here. And you've decided to pit, so you've given us the undercut inadvertently. So let's see if the undercut works. Lewis Hamilton is also in the pits for Mercedes on the undercut. And now, what's this pit stop? Oh, for God's sake!
Get in! Now, this is exactly why I did not pit. But Raikkonen now is going to have to do an extra lap on his old intermediates. But it's all for a good cause. As Sebastian Vettel's been held up, and all I need to do is get a good lap in. I've just seen that Bottas has been overtaken, but Bottas in the slipstream, and this is Bahrain 2018 all over again.
It doesn't go for the move when there's a chance to go for the move.
How? Why, Valtteri? Now Rosberg has a chance to actually stay with Lewis Hamilton as all 3 men in the top 3 coming into the pits. As you can see, I'm taking a really good line and I'm actually near them.
No, that's how you get near your position.
Rosberg might be held up. No, he won't be held up. But into the pits we go. They need to have a quick pit stop if we want to jump here. 3.7, not getting held up by anybody because of the very, very privileged overcut. And behind
Well, guys,
Bottas,
I can guarantee this. It's going to be pretty close between me and Dragon, and mainly Bottas as well. So you've definitely got closer to Rosberg and Bottas. But where are we going to be?
Oh,
Look at this. You're a mile ahead of me.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
look at
my
that.
God. Well, Lewis Hamilton is way out in front as well. Hamilton a mile ahead of Rosberg. Meanwhile, Bottas is just coming out of the pits, same as me and Rosberg. And you have really closed up on the top 3 fight.
Well, the main story here is, guys, we've lost out on the undercut. The undercut has not worked out at all. And it might have worked for Dragons here because he's making a move on Valtteri Bottas.
Absolutely
and
easy.
It's a 4th place, a net 3rd place if someone else makes a pit stop as well.
I'm pretty sure the crowd are absolutely loving it that Fernando Alonso is now in a net 3rd place here in Italy, especially Italy, as it's the home of Ferrari.
Absolutely, Alonso looking to get the job done for Ferrari after Kimi Raikkonen might not be in contention for a podium position indefinitely.
Would you believe it? Kimi Raikkonen is the man who had not pitted, but maybe if he comes out in a good position, he could be in this fight, but I doubt it. But we can never rule out Kimi Raikkonen.
No, you really can't. Like Germany in 2013, he actually ended up winning that German Grand Prix. And there's Kimi Raikkonen halfway through the pit straight.
for
Lewis
goodness
Hamilton
sake.
is miles out in front. We've got 5 laps to go here.
Meanwhile,
And Dragons making a move on Rosberg into the chicane at turn 1. And he's through. He just needs to slow the car down to make it for the next corner. And he does. Dragons is up in a 2nd place. What a performance he's putting on. Through 9th.
I am not performing at all. All I am doing is simply waiting for the straight line. And this Ferrari engine is actually, well, finding out, it's actually quite a beast in the straight line this season. And we've managed to pass 2 Mercedes-powered cars. And this was the problem for you last season, which is why Ferrari got a 1-2. We had a good engine compared to the Renault engines that were behind us. And that was what helped us stay in the lead.
Absolutely, Dragons. I can't believe you're actually dragging this Ferrari into the top 3 places. So we cut to the end of lap 9 here. We've got 4 laps to go once we cross the line again. We're looking to make a move on Valtteri Bottas for 4th place. We're going to try another dive bomb into the Parabolica corner. We almost made contact, but we slipped through past the Williams and we're up in a 4th place.
Well, maybe I have a reason to start worrying as you. This time we're going to take the fight, but here comes another man who wants to take the fight. A very simple German, another German who I have to worry about. Nico Rosberg going around the outside, but we managed to get better on the brakes there.
He
brake
braked
later.
really early, so now we might actually be right at the tail of him.
It's a very bad exit from all of us, really. It's very hard to get the exit right in these cars.
So here we are on lap 10. Rosberg has made a mistake into the 2nd Lesmo, and now we're looking to make a move on Rosberg. This is for 3rd place in the Italian Grand Prix. He literally...
It's
there he
Bottas!
goes, and Bottas is through as well!
Oh my God, and meanwhile, look at the track beasts. This track, it's stopped raining. The rain is still there, but it's very little amount of rain right here on the track.
So, with 3 laps to go, maybe this drama isn't over yet. We might have a dry track. By the time this race is over, Nico Rosberg lost 2 places in a space of a corner going into Ascari. And now he's 5th.
Well, at this point, if it does dry up, there's no point pitting. There's only 2 laps to go. But it will be a struggle, a very difficult struggle to drive in the intermediates on a dry track.
Absolutely, the track is drying out pretty quickly as well, Dragon.
Look at
It's
it.
going quicker than I expected.
Quicker than these cars anyway.
So maybe we might risk it and go for the dry tyres, but I don't think it's dry enough yet. There's still
Need to dry up a lot more.
Yeah, true. There's still a lot of spray on the circuit from these intermediate tyres. Now we need to find the water and cool down these tyres, otherwise we might be suffering from overheating, and you've gone very wide there, mate.
Well, here we are at the end of lap 11. Hamilton on the main straight, starting lap 12. He's gonna have, he has to win. If his engine or anything lets him down, he can pretty much leave Mercedes and say, that is why I want to leave Mercedes.
Yeah, he could literally just say, oh yeah, there's a conspiracy against me and I'll leave. Anyway, lap 12, we've got 2 laps to
Look
go.
how quick our lap times were.
Yeah, we just put in our personal bests in this entire Grand Prix with 2 laps to go. So maybe the track is starting to dry out here.
Absolutely, but as you can see, it looks dry in the main straight, but you can see the little reflection there on the track is definitely not dry enough.
No, it isn't. It definitely isn't dry enough. So we'll stay on the intermediates to the end of the race. My tyres are starting to go off here.
Yeah, definitely, they are starting to go off, but we are so much quicker than before. As you can see, there is a minimal amount of spray, but there's no point pitting. If you pit now, you'll be on dry tyres on a very wet track.
Absolutely,
So,
you lose so much time. You'll go slower than Timo Glock in Brazil 2008, and he was really slow. Somehow dragging through it. The track is really dry now. Lewis Hamilton is going to take his first win of the season after 5 races.
Well deserved. He at last, he's going to finally win. Consistency has kept him in the championship race so far. But now, a Williams has brought him closer to the lead of the championship because Hamilton wins the Italian Grand Prix.
A sublime drive by Lewis Hamilton, and Dragons for 9th on the grid is going to come through for 2nd place. Why in God's name were you weaving like
because
that?
I'm pretty happy about finishing in P2. But as you can see, my fastest lap was 5/10 slower than Lewis Hamilton's.
Well, we complete the podium in 3rd place. A good recovery drive from what happened at the start. Valtteri Bottas
My God.
finishing 4th here,
And Rosberg.
ahead of Nico Rosberg.
Stuck behind the Williams the entire Grand Prix.
I think that's the first time this season where Nico Rosberg is not on the podium.
Absolutely. I think it is. It actually is, I think.
Lewis Hamilton, pole position, fastest lap, the victory. And that means a big 26 points and a 16-point gain on Nico Rosberg. It doesn't sound like much, but in the context of the championship, that swung him right back into it.
It's a lot of points to gain considering Rosberg's form so far. Well, he has not won in a while, but it's well earned for Lewis Hamilton as we get into our celebration.
Fernando Alonso very happy with his drive today, and he has every right to be.
But it's not the end of the video yet, because we have another race coming very soon. Hamilton with the victory, Alonso 2nd, Vettel 3rd, as we get into our next race of this double episode.
Our final race of the episode, and once again Lewis Hamilton on pole. We are here for the first ever Austrian Grand Prix.
Here we are for the first ever Austrian Grand Prix. Bottas 3rd again as we rev up to 5 red lights, and it's go. It's gonna be go. It's go now for the Austrian Grand Prix.
And Dragons get a good start. Hamilton gets a good start from pole position. So does Valtteri Bottas. We're both looking to the outside line into turn 1. That might not have been the greatest idea because Lewis Hamilton is still out in front. I believe Nico Rosberg has really suffered a poor start. He's down in 6th place from starting on the front row. Daniel Ricciardo is up to 3rd. Lewis Hamilton leads the way for the Austrian Grand Prix. We're looking to make another disgusting dive bomb on Daniel Ricciardo. And there we go. We're through up into 3rd place and Rosberg down in 5th.
That's one way to dive bomb your teammate as Hamilton leads once again, and this time I'm determined not to let a Williams hold me up compared to Rosberg, as we have to try and stay with Lewis Hamilton. Ricciardo also in this battle. Raikkonen is really down the order. I think he was like 10th on the grid.
I think he was. He wasn't really anywhere to be seen when we were looking back on our cameras, but Kimi Raikkonen is not having a pleasant time in his return to the Ferrari team as we end the first lap. We're in our home Grand Prix here at Red Bull, so we look to do really well in front of our home crowd in Austria, like what Dragons did just now in Monza. So now we end the first lap. Lewis Hamilton still leads ahead of Dragons, ahead of myself, completing the top 3.
Well, I want to say how grateful I am for it to be dry weather. I'm absolutely unstoppable here on the straight line. We're going to go down the inside of Lewis Hamilton, and that first lap couldn't have gone any better for us as we're in the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. And here comes Beast now. They're going to get ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
As we slingshot from the corner cut from turn 1 up into turn 2 now. We make a bit of contact, but we squeeze past the Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton losing 2 places in the space of 1
Had a
straight.
horrible exit from the last corner. Now here comes Sebastian Vettel with a chance to have a go.
Here we go into turn 1. Are we going to be able to go around the outside? No, we think better of it. Instead, we just stick to the racing line. We've got fantastic drive out of turn 1 because Dragon literally had to cut the corner because he was going defensive, which and you've just let me through. Thanks.
Precisely. I let you through because now I will get the DRS. You go defensive. Will it be Leclerc versus Verstappen? No! We've done the switchback and it's actually worked out for once. And now, with the assistance of DRS, we will plough through on the straight and get ahead back in the lead of the Grand Prix.
Oh, nice smart move there from Dragons, but we're going to come back at the inside into turn 3 and make me hook the
Oh my
apex,
God.
And there's contact.
This damn car decides to lose the rear then, and now I'm behind Lewis Hamilton.
And now we're back in the lead on this Austrian Grand Prix. Remember, some of you guys might remember us doing the Survive Backwards challenge on this circuit.
And
So
Hamilton is really holding me up. Look at him. For God's sake, Lewis Hamilton. Now everybody, and I don't know what else, is decided to join the battle for second place as you are streaking away.
Well, that's beneficial for me. We're looking to get another win here. And we have to as well. So we're up into the lead. 2.3 seconds clear.
Oh my
Lewis
God.
Hamilton, we've locked up into turn 1 and we've nearly spun off the circuit.
My God, that's a huge mistake there from Vettel. Hamilton will take the lead of the Grand Prix. I will take your slipstream now. You've gone to the inside, damn it. But I've still got more speed, so I can take the inside of Hamilton. It's now hot potato for the lead of the Grand Prix.
It's non-stop action here in Austria. We've almost spun out again.
My God, what a weird start. The opportunity here on the straight into the slipstream with the DRS. You go very defensive, not letting it happen again. Now this time, we're going to try round the outside. This could hurt our traction. We managed to get it perfect on the exit, and we're side by side.
Unbelievable. No, you're not mugging me off here.
Absolutely.
Into turn 5, there's contact
Oh,
again.
God.
But we're somehow getting through the corner. Into 6 and 7 now. We're going to go round the outside. And we've just not made contact. And we're through again.
Well, here we go again. Down the inside, going into the penultimate corner. And this move should be an easy one. It is, but we've gone off the track. And that would have been a penalty in 2014 with a new track extension with the rules.
Yeah, absolutely, it would have been. And now you lead the Grand Prix, but not for much longer, because we've got DRS again. You've got very defensive there.
Now here we go into turn 1. You try around the outside, you're going to go wide. Of course you're going to go wide. It's hard to make the corner even without being side by side. Here we are at the end of the straight. God knows who's going to win this one. We're side by side once again. Our wheels banging. I'm on the inside. I turn into Rosberg and don't turn in.
Rosberg out of nowhere. Nico Rosberg, the opportunist here.
My
He's moved into
God.
second place.
I have no idea how that's happening now. He has a chance to go down the inside of me here.
Oh
my God.
What are you doing?
Rosberg is brake checking you. Rosberg's out. Rosberg's out of the race.
Nico, I've hit Rosberg. Rosberg must have lost his rear suspension. He's out of the Austrian Grand Prix. And we've got problems because we don't have a front wing.
Oh my God, the drama continues. Hamilton will be absolutely clapping. And look out in his lucky stars. He's up to second place.
Lewis Hamilton is up in a second place. It's pit stop time anyway. But now we're going to have to come in. Dragon's coming in. Hamilton coming in. This is an absolute disaster once again. We've damaged our front wing.
Again.
Literally, he braked so early.
Literally,
Into
USA.
turn 3.
Just like USA with me and Ricardo as we pit for the prime tyres. Luckily for you, you might not lose as much time as you would have feared, but you're going to lose a lot of time, and thankfully you're not held up. Well, it's bad news for me. I'm not out in clean air. I'm behind the Sauber.
Of Adrian Sutil, currently 7th. We've come out just ahead of... Is that Max Chilton? Yeah, it's Max Chilton. We're behind Max Chilton. We're side by side with a Mauritian.
Oh my God.
It's absolutely unbelievable. Right, we're not having this. We're going to dive bomb both of them. And we need to actually make some time here. We need to make up some serious ground. And I am absolutely furious at what Rosberg did the lap before.
I'm sure Rosberg walking to the paddock right now. He's absolutely furious. Here goes Sebastian Vettel down the inside of Hamilton. And he forces his way through there.
Well, we had to. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Meanwhile, you're out in front, 4.8 seconds clear. We are just about 6 seconds off the lead on lap 11, so we need to get a move on here, and maybe we need to stop corner cut.
Oh God, I'm actually worried. Remember what happened in F1 2012, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix? I wiped out your front wing, and somehow you decided, oh, I'm quick all of a sudden, even without a front wing, and you decided to catch me. How did you catch me? On worn tyres.
I have no idea how I did that. I still don't know now. But now we're not going to make the move on Roman Grosjean, who hasn't stopped yet. And now it's a very easy move, outbraking the Lotus into turn 3. And we are finding ourselves up into second place. So we've done everything we said we're going to do, and now a final step is to catch you and beat you and win the Austrian Grand Prix, which is a lot easier said than done.
I'm not going to make it easy for you. It's now we've cut to the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. It's been a race on pace. I've managed to keep Beast behind, but he's absolutely flying, setting fastest lap after fastest lap. And I don't think I can manage this pace for much longer.
At the end of lap 16, the gap is 1.5 seconds, so we might be shaping up for a finale here in this first ever Austrian Grand Prix. And the gap down to 1.3 now. We're really starting to pile the pressure on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a bit like Leclerc in Austria. It's quite crazy. Red Bull versus Ferrari. We're miles ahead of the field to the point where I don't even think we can see third place on our mini-map. But it's an absolute tense finale that's going to go down right to the wire, a bit like India in F1 2011.
Absolutely, if you date all that way back, you won that battle, but I'm determined to win this one. After everything I've been through, I have not caught you just to finish second.
Well, as I said, I haven't made it easy. As you can see, I've slightly gained in the middle sector there.
So Dragon's actually showing some decent pace here where it's needed.
Absolutely.
As we enter the final lap of this Austrian Grand Prix. It's been absolutely chaotic from start to finish, and we might be up for a finale here. One mistake and I'll be in your DRS, mate, so you better be careful.
Oh, 1.2! My god, if you're in my DRS, I might just be screwed. I would have to be very careful about how I take the middle and final sector. You're kind of there. You're not quite there, but you're almost there to catching me here in this final lap.
I can see you, man. I can see you. It's 1.1 now, so we're steadily catching you. We're just outside your DRS.
Don't think it's enough for you. I mean, maybe if you had 2 more laps, it would have been absolutely over for me. But at the moment, it looks like it's all me. I've got a lot of pressure right here. My stomach is filling up with butterflies. I cannot take the pressure you're putting on here.
Well, you're doing quite well, Dragons. As you're coming through turn 5 now. You're still in the lead here. You've been doing so since lap 10, and you've done this brilliantly here. The gap is just over a second now, so it's too little too late for Vettel. But for Fernando Alonso, it's going to be another winner.
With one more corner to go, we've gone wide! It's like Vettel
has gone wide, and Dragons will win the Austrian Grand Prix.
There we go.
In the end.
Just about winning the Grand Prix by 9/10 of a second. Lewis Hamilton in third. Kvyat had a quicker lap than Lewis Hamilton.
Wow.
How?
You couldn't write it, guys. You could not write it. Danny Kvyat finishes 4th. His first points in Formula 1.
First points for Toro Rosso this season.
And look at Vernie came 6th behind Magnussen.
Gutierrez with a point as well. Oh my god, look at that. The Russia and Caterham nearly getting points in the end. What a Grand Prix this was.
What an incredible Austrian Grand Prix. Maldonado 13th, Grosjean 14th. Bottas
oh my god,
fell off in the end. 15th for him. Raikkonen 16th.
What happened to them?
Massa 17th. So a shocking day for Williams. Sutil comes 18th.
I think they
Daniel
did a two-stop.
Ricciardo. Yeah, I think he must have. Daniel Ricciardo coming 19th. Chilton 22nd. Marcus Ericsson rounds out the final finishes of this Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg, the one retirement in this Grand Prix.
This was
after a collision with us. But that was a very, very, very tense final lap of the Grand Prix.
This was literally Vettel versus Alonso in Singapore 2010, where I'd have to keep holding you off for the final few laps. And it's our second win of the season as we get into the final celebrations of this video.
And there is Alonso getting out of his car. He is again a winner in 2014, and what a way to end the episode. Feel free to like, comment, follow, subscribe for more F1 content on this channel. We'll see you guys later. Goodbye from Austria.